Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Back at it live here on this Sunday night. If you jump on here, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure you give the video a like, a thumbs up, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. Friday night I had high school basketball, got home late, and then yesterday my wife and I had to travel to 96, South Carolina to do a month's worth of TV tapings in one day for CMW and PWF. Good afternoon, Kevron. Glad to have you here. Hello, Marcus. Glad you're here. So, didn't get home too late last night, but after being gone all day long yesterday and having basketball Friday night, last night when I got home and took my shower and finally relaxed, I said, I'm not doing a dadgum thing. So, glad to be back here on this Sunday night. Yesterday, during those TV tapings, I saw somebody who was a friend of mine on Facebook named Matt. I've never met him before in person, but I recognized him yesterday as soon as I was walking to the ring to ref my first match. I said, hey, I think I know that guy. And I was going to shake his hand after the show and tell him thanks for coming, but he ended up having to leave early. Hopefully he'll come back next time. Hey there, Justin. Glad to have you here. I always enjoy seeing people that I have spoken to on Facebook, but never actually personally met. So maybe Matt will come back at a future show. I'll be back there at CMW and PWF for their next event coming up on March 15th. And Justin, I hate to sound like an idiot, and I'm sure I will, but first of all, nobody looks this sexy, but second of all, I honestly have no earthly idea who Richie Hall is. So don't think I'm trying to ignore your comment, but I do not have any idea who Richie Hall is. I don't know if he's an actor, a singer, a ball player, what he is, but that name does not ring a bell at all. But whoever he is, he can't be this sexy, but I have no idea who that is. But since we had 4 TV tapings yesterday, we had 15 matches altogether. Me and my buddy Anthony refereed the show yesterday. I think I did 7 matches altogether, and he did 8. I believe that's right. So hopefully, if you live in the upstate of South Carolina, whenever it airs on Channel 16 in South Carolina, you can go back and watch it. And the next time we run there, come on out so that you can be on TV. And speaking of wrestling, coming up Saturday night, we have Elimination Chamber. Now, the full name of this one is Elimination Chamber, No Escape, but all we're going to call it is Elimination Chamber. It'll be in Toronto. It's the 15th annual Elimination Chamber. It'll be Saturday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time at the Rogers Center in Toronto. Now, only 4 matches have been announced. Hey there, Disguised. Glad you're here, and I'm not sure who you're calling KJ. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're commenting, but I'm not KJ, so I'm not sure who you're referring to. But only 4 matches announced. That's probably all they'll have, just like at the Royal Rumble, because, hey there, Sky. Glad you're here. We all know that the 2 chamber matches are going to be 45 minutes apiece. So you throw in 2 45-minute matches, that's an hour and a half. Then you got to think about the opening pyro and all that kind of good stuff, the national anthem. Then you got to talk about the entrances and all that. So the two chamber matches are going to take up 2 hours. And then you got the other two matches. So we're going to have at least 3 hours of TV in those four matches. Oh, okay. Disguise. I'm glad you fixed that. I thought you were saying hello, KJ, and I was thinking, who is KJ? But your name is KJ. So, KJ, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully, you have subscribed to the channel. If not, please do so. It only takes about 3 seconds, and it's absolutely free. And tell your friends, tell your family about the channel. Make sure you give it a like and a thumbs up as well, and share it on all social media platforms. But our four matches look like this. We've got John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins. They're in the men's elimination chamber match for a WWE championship match at WrestleMania. And Sky going live is pretty simple to me. Actually, going live is easier than recording a video. But in order to go live, you just have to go to the YouTube page. And when you get on the YouTube page, you just click on the icon for videos, which on my phone, it looks like a plus symbol, but it may look different on your device. If you have a YouTube channel or know somebody that does, I use my phone. On my phone, there is a plus looking symbol at the bottom of the page, and you click on that plus symbol, and it just says go live, and you click on it and you go live. But it might be different on a tablet or another device. My phone is pretty old. My phone has been around since dinosaur days, so I'm sure it's out of date. So I'm sure a newer device would be different. But on mine, you just go to the YouTube screen, click on the plus symbol. It says go live. You click go live, and that's all you do. Hey there, Austin. I'm glad you're here. We are discussing the Elimination Chamber event that takes place in Toronto coming up on Saturday night. We have Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus in a tag team match taking on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Then we have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. And somebody asked me the other day about, all these different gimmick names for matches. You have an unsanctioned match. You have a hardcore match. You have a no disqualification match. You have a false count anywhere match. And they're basically all the same thing. There's no difference. They just try to make them sound different by giving them different names. But the only difference is in a false count anywhere match, you can pin the person anywhere you want to. Whereas in a match that's a hardcore match or no DQ match, you have to pin them in the ring. And in a false count anywhere match, you can pin them anywhere. But outside of that, the hardcore match, no DQ match, no count out match, unsanctioned match, all of those, there's no rules. There's no difference. Hey there, Bubbles. Glad you're here. And also, I will watch it sometime. I'm supposed to have a wrestling show Saturday night. If I do, I'll probably watch Chamber when I get home. If not, I'll probably watch it live Saturday night. But I will watch it sometime. And then for the women's Chamber, we have Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. And that is the women's chamber for a women's world championship match at WrestleMania. And Austin, if you're referring to that A&E show, LFG, no, I have not watched that. and I probably won't watch that because honestly, shows like that just have never caught my attention. Hey there, Edith. I'm glad you're here, and I believe this is the first time I've seen you comment in the comment section. I don't recall seeing your name before, Edith, so glad you're here. Make sure if you have not subscribed, please do so, and give the video a like and a thumbs up, and share the video on all social media platforms. But Edith, I believe that's the first time I've seen your name in the comment section, so glad you're here. But Austin, I've just never liked shows like that. When Tough Enough came on years ago, I tried to watch one episode. I think I made about 15 minutes through it, and that was it. But shows like that just do not catch my attention. I don't care for them, especially shows like that, because it shows too much backstage stuff that I think personally should not be shown to the world. I feel like things like that should still stay in the locker room. Hey there, Crystal. Glad you're here. I think it's the first time I've seen you comment in the comment section, so glad you're here as well. So I have not watched them, and I will not watch them. If I tried to watch it, I'd make it through about 5 minutes of it, and I would turn it. But I'm that way with everything. Like, I love music. I could listen to music all day long. But shows like American Idol and Nashville Star and all that, I don't care nothing for them. Crystal, you are new. I thought so. I didn't recall seeing your name before. And Crystal, I played basketball when I was in school, but not for the basketball team. Just we'd play it in gym and play it, around the house after school, things like that. But I've never actually played on any ball team except we had a church softball team when I was probably a teenager. And then one of my old jobs, we had a tournament that you could play in for softball if you worked there probably 15 years ago. And those are the actually only two teams I've played on. But I've always just been a huge, huge sports fan. And if you're asking me who my favorite basketball player is, you just said favorite player. You didn't specify what sport, so I don't know what sport you're asking about. So I'm going to assume you're asking about basketball. My favorite basketball player, I guess, would be Giannis. But honestly, somebody asked me that the other day, and I'm one of the few people that I don't follow players. I follow teams. So honestly, Giannis would just be a guess. I'd have to think about it because I don't believe in following players. Players come and go. I follow teams. I pick my teams in every sport, and I stick with them, and I don't change. And if you play for my team, I like you. If you don't, you suck. Thank you, Edith. You have a great night as well. But I don't follow players. I never have. And Pinky, you're a Niners fan. And Crystal, Kyrie might be the GOAT if Kyrie can stay healthy. But Kyrie's been in the NBA for 95 years, and he's played a total of 25 minutes. So it's pretty easy to be good when you have about 6 months to rest in between games. If he wakes up with a hangnail, he's going to miss 6 months. If his shoe is tied too tight, he's going to miss 3 years. If he falls down the court, he's going to miss about 5 years. If he has a night, he's going to miss about 6 months. So it's pretty easy to be fresh when you never play. But when Kyrie came out of college, I thought that Kyrie had a chance at a great career. But ever since he's been in the league, he is always, always, always hurt. And I'm glad the Eagles won too, Pinky, only because I picked them to win. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I'm not a Chiefs fan either. But I did a video on here probably 3 different times leading up to the game where I said the Eagles are the better team and the Eagles are going to win. So I was glad that I was right. So for that reason, I'm glad the Eagles won, but I'm not a betting man, so I had no money on the game. And I don't like either team, so I really didn't care. But I'm glad the Eagles won just because I like being right, and I thought they were the better team. But the 4 matches we got coming up Saturday night, if I had to pick a winner in each match, I'll pick Alexa Bliss for the women's chamber. And for the men's chamber, I guess by process of elimination, I'll go with John Cena. But honestly, really, truly, I hope Cena doesn't win. I want Logan Paul to win because I'm a huge Logan Paul fan, but I don't think he will. But I think WrestleMania is going to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns in a triple threat match. And if that's the case and I'm right, then that eliminates Punk and eliminates Rollins. And I think Drew McIntyre is going to have a feud with Damian Priest, which eliminates McIntyre and it eliminates Priest. So that leaves you with Cena and Paul. And I just don't think they'll let Logan Paul win. So I'll go with John Cena. But really, truly, I really have no idea. And for the tag team match, I'll go with Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus getting the win in that one. And then in the unsanctioned match, give me Kevin Owens and Austin. I like Jey Uso, but I think Jey Uso is a mid-card guy. I don't think Jey Uso is a main event wrestler. I've always thought that ever since they originally split up him and Jimmy and made them singles wrestlers. I've never thought Jey was a main event wrestler. And I think if he wins the world title, it's a terrible idea. It'll be a flop like Jack Swagger and Jinder Mahal being a world champion. I don't think Jey Uso is a main event caliber heavyweight champion. But as a mid-card wrestler, I like him. But as a main event world champion, no, I don't like him. I don't think Jey Uso is world championship material. That is my personal opinion. So I'll go with John Cena, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, Kevin Owens, and Alexa Bliss. That is my opinion of who wins the 4 matches coming up Saturday night at the Elimination Chamber, the 15th annual Elimination Chamber, which takes place in Toronto Saturday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And also, I'm hoping that since they're actually struggling to sell WrestleMania tickets, and normally it's sold out by now, long been sold out by now, and this time it's not sold out. So I'm hoping the fact that Jey Uso won the Rumble and now they're not selling WrestleMania tickets, that'll give them an idea that people don't want to see Jey Uso as a world champion. And I am right along in that category. Mid-card guy is great. Great tag team champion. Great IC champion. Great US champion. Not a world champion. Any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. There was an Olympic athlete who adopted 3 children, Mark, Seth, and Anya. One night, the house caught fire, and he yelled, Anya, Mark, get Seth, and let's go. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.